As the weather warms, you are bound to see games of volleyball pop up all over. Whether it's at the beach, your local park, or just your local community center, volleyball is a very common summer activity. According to Bleacher Report, in a 2011 article, sand volleyball is ranked number 7 out of 10 in the most popular summer sports. As a volleyball coach, I am going to teach you the very first contact of every point, the serve. Serves are how the ball enters the play, so they are very important to the flow of the game. According to Diane Ratnick Volleyball in a 2014 article, the serve is the most important skill. I'm going to share the prerequisites, the breakdown of the technique of an overhand serve, and end with helpful tips to make the learning process easier. Starting with the prerequisites, just to learn the technique of the serve, all you are going to need is a volleyball or some sort of round ball. A soccer ball or a dodgeball would work as well. In order to actually practice your new skill, you're going to want to take your volleyball to a volleyball court. This includes a volleyball net and sidelines and an end line. An example of a volleyball court is shown in the image on the right. So first, starting off with our technique now, we're going to talk about how we actually are going to serve the ball. So starting off, if you are at a court, you're going to want to stand behind the end line with the ball in your hands. Next, you're going to want to put that ball in your left hand and then stretch your arm out so that it's straight in front of you, as shown in the image below. Now your feet, you're going to want to line these up about hip width apart, and then line the heel of your left foot up with the toes of your right, so your left foot is just going to be slightly in front of your right. Back to the arms, you're going to want to place your right hand on top of the ball and the outstretched left arm. This just helps the ball balance and just gets your body oriented to what you're about to do next. Now you're going to want to raise that right arm straight in the air above your right shoulder. Now bend that right elbow so that the arm forms an acute angle and the right hand is now by your right ear. You're also going to want to keep your hand outstretched like you're about to give a high five. So you're going to want to pull it back, kind of like a bow and arrow. So it's going to pull it back, and your hand's going to be open, ready to contact the ball. So these next steps are going to be completed at the same time. So you're going to want to toss the ball above the right shoulder. Now you're going to see in the video that I tossed the ball out of the camera frame. This is because when you toss your ball, you want to toss it about double the length of your arm in height. So when I put my arm up high, it's going to want to be double that height. So if you watch the video on top, that is going to show this toss. Now moving on to your feet, at the same time as your toss, you're going to want to step forward with your left foot and then rock your body weight forward, ending on your left foot. And then according to Coaching Volleyball in a 2018 article, the step of the left foot is the first phase of power generation and is important to getting the ball over the net, especially for the younger and weaker players. That momentum of moving your body forward is just going to help translate that momentum to the ball when you contact. So if you look at the bottom video, that is going to show this step. I drag my back foot. That is just how I am used to serving. Some people do, some people don't. I just find that it's more comfortable for me. So now, as the ball falls, you're going to want to extend and swing the right arm so that the right hand makes contact with the middle of the ball. And so this can be really tricky, especially if you do not have much sporting experience or lack really good hand-eye coordination. And so as that ball falls, you're going to want to keep your eye on that ball. So the video shows this as well. You can see in that video that I swing my arm all the way down through, and this is actually the next step. So as you finish the serve, the ball is now out of your hands, and you are going to regain your balance from your momentum forward, and then you're going to want to swing through and so that the arm ends by your side. After you serve the ball, normally you would run into the court to get ready for the ball to come back over the net. So a couple helpful tips are to keep your eye on the ball. That really helps with your hand-eye coordination and helps you get used to contacting something that's just floating mid-air. And then the next one is just do not get frustrated, because learning a new skill takes time. There's a lot of variance in a serve, like the height of the ball, the speed your arm's going through, where your toss actually is located, because you do want that toss to be out in front of your body. So when you're learning this new skill, it's all about what is comfortable for you and what is helping you get the most power out of the serve. So just don't get frustrated and take some time to learn what you are good at and what your body prefers. And so in review, I have covered what you will need to know on how to serve, the form and the components of an overhand serve, and the tips to make the learning process a little bit easier. Now that you know the technique, you can go and find a court and practice putting the steps together and getting that ball over the net. And then you're ready to join in a fun game of volleyball.